Happy Friday, but most of all, if you can't tell already, happy National Ugly Christmas Sweater Day. It's a deal. It's all on the calendar. We're going to come up in just a few minutes and explain sort of the history behind it, because there is a history. It's a modern history, but there is a history behind it.
Aunt somebody?
Well, yeah, we say your Aunt Edna.
Okay.
But there's more to that coming up in just a few minutes. Here's hoping you're dressed accordingly today. In the meantime, holiday travel now underway. A record 119 million people expected to travel this year. Today expected to be one of the busiest days of them all. So with that in mind, WCNC Charlotte's Miles Harris braving the crowds there at Charlotte Douglas this morning.
Where's your sweater?
No sweater, but he is armed with some good sense to deal with all those people.
No, honestly, Ben, I feel like I'm playing a game of Frogger right now, trying to avoid the amount of travelers that are here at the airport. But look, the airport, they're actually trying to avoid some of the issues that they had yesterday, where there were hundreds of delays and even a couple of canceled flights. And they're going to need that because of the amount of passengers that we're already seeing this morning. I mean, take a look here. As we are just seeing literally tons and tons of travelers, passengers, making their way to Charlotte Douglas International that are getting ready to head out during this holiday season. Now, look, millions are expected to be coming in and out of the airport, with today being marked as the busiest travel day. Now, look, it's no secret that Charlotte Douglas is one of the busiest airports in the world. And you can expect to see that over the next few days and even weeks. Now, the airport, they're expecting roughly 2.75 million to be arriving and departing between now and January 5th. Now, that's a 6% increase compared to this exact same time last year. Now, if you're traveling with gifts this holiday season, TSA, they are urging passengers to avoid wrapping those presents before going through security.
If that gift alarms, we will have to open it. And then we will be like the Grinch and ruin that Christmas wrapping. So we encourage you, use a nice gift box or a gift bag.
Now, beyond today, December 26th and 27th, those are also being marked as some of the busiest traveling days as well. And a couple things to keep in mind if you're hearing from experts as well. Get here plenty of time. Give yourself about 2 hours before you actually need to leave for your flight, and also making sure that you're keeping a close eye on that flight status, that way that you can avoid any of those hiccups, any of those delays as well, if you're making your way out and traveling during this holiday season, guys. I mean, as you can see, it's getting pretty busy out here, Ben.
It is. You know what? He might not have a Christmas sweater, but he is sort of doing his best Frogger impersonation.
Way to go with the Frogger.
And so we do appreciate that. All right, Miles. Thanks, sir. Appreciate it. And remember, if things seem bad, they're going to be bad all across the country. We've got some video from LAX overnight. This is LA's airport right there. You can see just those rows of red lights. Spending hours like this overnight. So it's bad at Charlotte Douglas. Just know it's bad.
I'd rather just drive to LA than have to.
Yeah, it's bad everywhere. Yeah. This holiday season, take a moment and ask yourself: does the person you're getting a gift for, do they really want it? Because according to a new survey, the answer is likely no.
It's a thought that counts, right?
I know, right? Researchers say more than half of Americans will receive a gift they just don't want. And listen to this: unwanted presents. Here's the real bummer of it all. Unwanted presents expected to reach an all-time high this year, with an estimated $10 billion being spent on them.
On unwanted presents?
On unwanted. These aren't even the good things.
Is that correct? $10 billion?
Yes. The top gift folks hope to avoid: clothing, accessories.
Except ugly sweaters. Followed
by things for around the house. That crosses a lot of things off the list, so might be a few disappointed people out there.
$10 billion.
Yes. Now to the reason we're dressed like this.
Yeah.
It is National Ugly Christmas Sweater Day, and as Larry alluded to, you can thank your great Aunt Edna.
Whoever she is.
Or Ethel.
I have a great Aunt Edna.
You know, that too.
Starts with an E.
Perfect.
Blame it on her.
Blame them for making this such a big deal.
Ugly Christmas sweaters are a staple of the holiday season with a colorful history. Let's connect the dots. Christmas sweaters have been around for a long time. Back when people used to knit sweaters, experts say they probably created the ugly trend by accident. The trend became even more popular when Cliff Huxtable sported the offbeat sweaters on The Cosby Show back in the 1980s. Fast forward to the 21st century, we can actually thank the city of Vancouver for the rise of ugly sweater parties. Two guys there started throwing sweater soirees. The first such a hit, parties started popping up all over North America, and being ugly turned into a sport. So every third Friday in December, we celebrate National Ugly Sweater Day. And that is Connecting the Dots.
All right, let's move down the line. Larry, tell us your inspiration for your ugly Christmas sweater. It's quite nice. I mean, it's got a texture to it, too. I mean, like the sleeves are like a furry. I mean, Christmas argyle. You can't miss with it.
I love the texture, yes. Have you had it for a long time, or?
Just a very short amount of time.
Short amount of time?
I grabbed and went.
You know, this is not a plug, but Sleepy Poet, a really well-known antique store just down the street on South Boulevard. Huge. It's a great place to go. They typically have, in the past, I haven't seen this year, a whole, like, vintage, real ugly Christmas sweater. The real ones from, from the 80s and 90s, you know, like that your mom's wore.
It's legendary.
And they have a whole section. And I actually had one that was sort of like that. It was a Christmas argyle, and I don't know what happened to it. So I have this thing, this atrocity.
I like that one, too. I think it looks like an art project.
You're being kind. You're being kind.
Now yours represents your school.
Yours actually has a meaning behind it.
Yeah. So I do wish I had like an authentic one. This is kind of like ugly Christmas sweater pattern on a sweatshirt.
What, North Texas?
Yes, I went to the University of North Texas, and the
Mean Green.
The Mean Green. It's Eagles, but also Mean Green's a nickname. But yeah, I bought it at like one of the campus bookstores.
All right.
Yeah. You can find like a version of an ugly Christmas sweater pretty much everywhere, but to get those authentic ones, gotta go vintage.
I appreciate you keeping it classy here among the three of us, right?
A representation of all different kinds.
Larry and I really leaned into the tacky theme.
Yes.
I think. All right, folks, here's hoping you're dressed accordingly today, and you have something really tacky on.
Saw good photos already.
We'll be tackier on Monday.
I know. Quite possibly, but it has nothing to do with our outfits.
No.
All right. Here's hoping you have a great Friday, wonderful weekend, great holidays. If we don't see you, we'll see you back here on Monday.